Does my iPad have a virus?
While Apple users like to say they are immune to the digital viral scourge, the joke about everything done through the browser means both PCs and Apples are as vulnerable to malware through a browser.
I know Java exploits are literally universal, unless you're running on Unix, so it can't run Java unless you tell it to.
If you're running Unix, you're either a hacker or able to hack out the virus.
I'm running the standard OS that runs on an iPad.
There were no viruses that targeted the iPad until late 2014 when Hong Kong protesters were targeted with malware to steal their data, but there is other viruses and malware that can affect it.
How can I tell if it has a virus?
If the iPad is popping up ads that aren't standard, it may be infected. If it is popping up notices that you've got viruses and need to clean your Windows registry, you know you're infected.
I consider Windows malware an end of itself.
You may have a virus if the file quarantine function or anti-malware tools protect on the iPad keeps quarantining files, which it may alert you as it does it or tell you it is preventing things from installing.
That's a decent form of antivirus.
The bad part is that there is malware like Mac Defender that loads through JavaScript and prompts you to install it as protective software when it is really malware.
Then the solution there is not to install a pop-up that says install me to protect you from stuff like me.
The odds of this go way up if you've jailbroken the iPad. If you jailbroke the device, you typically rooted it in a way that malware could exploit.
Even not jailbroken iPhones and iPads can get infected.
WireLurker infects the Apple computer, which isn't as locked down as the phone, then migrates to the phone.
How else could I have gotten a virus?
Installing stuff from somewhere other than the App Store in such a state means you risk installing both malware and doing so on an exposed device.
I would like to know if I might have the virus or some other thing to be afraid of.
The surest signs of malware infection are constantly being redirected to other sites, constant ads popping up, really slowed down system that isn't fixed by an update and reboot, and bandwidth sucked up by something other than you.
That's a standard set of warning signs for any OS.
There are infections on the iPad where people installed Flash Player somewhere other than Adobe.
I don't even think I have Flash installed.
And turn off Java in the Safari security settings and disable the Open Save files after downloading option. If you do have Java installed, update it only via the Java website and then turn it off.
You talked about redirections as being a sign of an infection.
Yes, and you can add open DNS codes to your network preferences. There's a list on the Apple Help section on which ones you should use.